Hi everybody. I have a couple pieces of information I want to just give to you really quickly and share some more information with you about what I am seeing leading us to February 4th, 2017. I don't know exactly what will happen on that day, but I see major events on February 4th, 2017, and I have a couple reasons why. Now, the first thing I want to bring to your attention is a video that Brother Rhodey shared about the 8 kings of Revelation. And he shared this video in Revelation chapter 17. It talks about the 8 kings of Revelation, and it says that there are 5 kings, then the 6th king was, the 7th king is coming in, and then the 8th king, who was of the 7, will return. Okay, the 8th king, who is of the 7, will return. And then Trump, in his inauguration speech, went on to mention presidents all the way back to Carter. So we have the five kings before Trump were Carter, Reagan, Bush Sr., Clinton, Bush Jr. Then the 6th is Obama. Trump is the 7th, which is confirmed by all the 7s in his name and the number of his age at the date of the inauguration, that he is the number 7. And then the 8th it will return, who was of the 7. So it's the 8th king is of the original 7. Okay, so that means that one of the kings before the 7th king will return. Okay, so we've got this biblical text about the Antichrist leaving his post, the beast. Okay, this is talking about the beast, and it says that he leaves his post. Another one comes in, and it says he will be there a short time. Okay, a short time. So I'll give you the link to Brother Rhodey's video. Very important information that shows how we can know Obama will definitely be back. This is part of the Antichrist scenario, and people should not be fooled. This is the biblical text, shows us that the Antichrist will leave out of power and then come back into power. Okay, the beast of Revelation. Okay, the second thing I want to bring your attention to is the way that I am seeing the number of days that the Antichrist must fulfill. Okay, in my first video, make sure you've seen the video of the 66 days of the Antichrist. But what we're seeing there is the number of days that, when Jesus was born, he was born, and then there were 8 days to circumcision, and then there were 33 days to the presentation. Okay, now this was fulfilled by Jesus. This is the birthright. Okay, these are the rituals of childbirth. Okay, and then we have the female child that must fulfill a certain number of days. Okay, well, the important thing at the end here, the important thing that we're seeing at the end is that the presentation in the temple. Okay, because at the end of the at the end of the 40 days of Jesus, he was presented in the temple. Now, at the end of the 66 days of the Antichrist, the 80 days, because it's divided into 2 parts. It's 14 days and then it's 66 days. So we've got the November 16th to November 30th. We've got 14 days. We have our major events. We have day 1,335, and 14 days later there's a major event. The most major event since the rebirth of Israel. This is the most important event in our generation. It's the most important biblical fulfillment in our generation. So, I mean, don't tell me that date isn't important and somehow would fit into a biblical timeline. This is what I am seeing, and this is what is being shown to me, and that's why I don't know exactly what will happen on February 4th, but I'm telling you there is going to be major events on February 4th, and the what we're seeing then is the presentation on the 66th day is the presentation in the temple. See, when Jesus fulfilled these days, at the end of 40 days, he was presented in the temple. See, and what I'm thinking is that we're being led to the presentation in the temple. And it could be the timing of the Antichrist sitting in the temple. Okay? And this is February 4th. Let's just say Super Bowl weekend, February 4th and February 5th, Super Bowl weekend, that Obama will return, okay, to his post and sit in the temple. Now, is this the end of the road? I don't know. We don't know. I can't say that. But what I can say is that based on everything that I have, February 4th is going to be major. Major, okay? And I'm just sharing what I see, the reasons I see it, the way I see it, and we should prepare. Everyone should prepare. Be prepared if you're not already prepared. But at the same time, you know, if you know, okay, who Obama is, then you are going to be watching, right? You're watching for his comeback, to come back into power. How is this all going to play out? Okay, and what I'm seeing is that there is a biblical revelation to understand when he may be coming back. And to me, this is the final piece of Daniel's timeline. Because we were brought to the day that Jupiter was entering Virgo. I mean, that to me was like the birth, right? It's like part of the birth event. The whole sign is part of a birth event. So, you know, if that was the day that marked it, then we have our beginning day. We've got 14 days to the division of Jerusalem. And then we've got the number of the Antichrist, 66 days, taking us to Super Bowl 51, turned upside down is 17. It's L-I. Turn it upside down, it's 17. Now, here's one last detail about the return of Obama and having to do with Super Bowl weekend. Okay? Someone just shared this with me. I didn't even catch it. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Brother Tom Majorano. Thank you, brother, for bringing this to my attention. Very important detail. Obama said, okay, and I'll leave a link to the story so you can see this. Obama said that he will stay close by, and if needed, he'll be back to nag Trump from the sidelines. Okay? He'll be back to nag Trump from the sidelines. Okay? So that right there, we got a sporting event. Okay? Obama's referring to a sporting event, and could very well be referring to the Super Bowl. Only 2 weeks away from the inauguration, 2 weekends away from the inauguration, February 4th and 5th. I will be close by, and I will nag, if needed, I will nag Trump from the sidelines. Okay, so these are the things I wanted to share with you tonight. I don't want to be long, and I'll leave the links with you to the Rhodey's video and to the story of Obama's words when he said he'll stay close by, he's not going anywhere, and he'll be back from the sidelines. So you guys can decide for yourselves if this information is important. But I see the days that Jesus had to fulfill will need to be fulfilled by the Antichrist. This is the scenario here. Everything Jesus did, it's got to be fulfilled. And the Muslim Mahdi comes in the spirit of a girl. That's part of their prophecy. That's part of the prophecy of the Mahdi. He comes in the spirit of a girl. So this is why the Antichrist would fulfill the days of a woman childbirth, and then we've got the 66 days. Okay, so this could be bringing us to the final event. It could be bringing us to another final warning. But I will say this: February 4th is going to be big. Okay, I can say that very confidently. I don't know what to expect, but I can say February 4th is going to be big. Okay, it's not just the Super Bowl. Something's going to happen. Something political, or events to do with the Antichrist will take place on February 4th, and I'll just leave that with you. Okay, so we're coming down to the wire. It's not over yet. Obama himself said he will be close by. The Bible says that the 8th king, who was of the original 7, the king who was and is not and yet is, okay, it's all part of the biblical scenario. It's definitely some things that need to be prayed about. Okay, so I wanted just to share this information with you. God bless you. Have a good night. Love you all.